Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Hydro, and welcome back to a brand new Fortnite video here today on the USK channel. Now today, boys, we're going to be talking about why Fortnite is technically dying in the long run. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably going to dislike the video because I know everybody's like, oh, Fortnite will never die, and I agree with you. Fortnite will literally never completely die, okay? Fortnite has literally broke so many records. It is the most popular video game that has ever came out in history, so Fortnite will never completely die. But I have a great feeling that a large percentage of the player base will die out in the next couple of years. But there's some things that they do not know what they're doing with, and that is listening to the community. Now, they're getting a little bit cocky, excuse my language, but they're getting a little bit cocky with their game and, you know, how they develop their game and stuff like that, meaning the nerfs and buffs in the game. Now, I'm sure everybody knows by now the SMGs are pretty much the new meta in Fortnite. Everybody uses them, whether it be just double SMG, one SMG, or you can use a shotgun SMG method, or you can just run a whole loadout of SMGs. It doesn't really matter. Everybody knows who is a good player, who is advanced in the game. The majority of people know that the SMGs are the new meta and that it is a god gun, okay? And what this is causing to happen is that the casual players and the amateur players are starting to lose their interest in the game. You guys know a couple of months ago, Fortnite just had the Pro-Am event where a lot of streamers and YouTubers played with a partner who was like a celebrity or someone online who was not, you know, into the game of Fortnite. Of course, they know what it is, but they're not really good at the game. You know, they played it a little bit, of course, but they're not like obviously the best like TSM Myth or Ninja. And to be quite honest with you guys, do you really think that these amateur players know that the SMG is the new meta and that turbo building went through a buff and then a nerf, shotguns went through a buff and a nerf, and now the SMGs just went through a buff and a nerf? I think not. These amateur players, of course, they don't know much about the game. They just get on because it's like obviously the newest and best thing. They hop on the game, you know, whether it be, you know, their mobile phone, their console, because of course they're not going to invest in a PC if they're just a casual player. So they hop on and then they just get destroyed by some sweaty PC player because they're not keeping up with the news in the game. They don't know what's good. They don't know what's bad. They just play the game because, you know, obviously their friends are probably playing it, so they hop on and try to enjoy the game, but then they get destroyed by someone who's a very, very good player. So that is narrowing down the skill gap, meaning that we are going to be left with a lot of really good players by, you know, by the time that a lot of the amateurs and a lot of the casual players start to go to different games. Right now, guys, I would say that the only skill gap is building. Now, I guess people can argue with that, but a lot of the amateurs and casual players have parted ways with Fortnite just because either they're getting bored of it or, like I said, because they're getting destroyed by a bunch of tryhards. So really the only skill gap is building now, and people are getting a lot more advanced with their gun skill. Of course, they know what aim assist is now, and you know, they're able to use that to their advantage. And you guys know sometimes you'll get absolutely destroyed by a no skin who is not good at building at all but has an insanely good AR shot, and you know, you can be a pro builder and still get, you know, headshotted by some kid or pumped in the head by, you know, a lucky headshot that has 90 damage instead of 9, which you would most likely get. Fortnite is just so broken, guys. They have changed up so many things in the game that it is really just getting annoying and frustrating to some players. And believe it or not, that is a huge thing that destroys games, is changing up the meta of the game so much and changing up what is good or bad. That is what, you know, that is what destroyed Call of Duty in some cases, where they changed up the guns so much and changed up just how the maps were played and everything. So that is only one thing. The next thing that I want to talk about is just the fact that there's new games coming out and that there's new free DLCs and everything like that. And one of the big ones is Call of Duty. Of course, you guys know the beta comes out in legit a few days and the full game comes out in October. Now, that is going to be a real deal breaker for Fortnite. You guys already know people are going to go crazy for Black Ops 4. People are already going crazy for Black Ops 4 because it's a Treyarch game and everybody loves Treyarch games. And even though Black Ops 4 doesn't have free DLC, they have the Black Ops Pass. Call of Duty has been one of the most popular games for a decade now. And really, guys, for the Call of Duty fanboys like myself and a lot of the other USK members themselves love Call of Duty. We are just waiting for Black Ops 4 to come out. We will stick with Call of Duty, you know, in some cases regardless, even though the game might be terrible. And then there's other games coming out like Battlefield 5 where they have free DLC, which that is an insanely good thing for their case, because they're bringing out free DLC, meaning that, you know, people are going to get free stuff. Everybody loves free stuff. And even though Fortnite is free, they've made $1 billion in microtransactions, and even though some people might not seem that as a good thing, you know, people just spend their money on, you know, Fortnite so much, like literally they don't even know how much they're spending. You know, you'll spend $25 for one skin and you don't even know it. So really the item shop is kind of a ripoff, to be quite honest with you. Even though I buy stuff from it myself, it just looks cool and stuff like that, but sometimes you don't even realize how much money you're spending, and some people are going to realize that here pretty soon and, you know, stop obviously spending money on the game. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is that they are bringing back OG skins into the game, which is not the biggest problem, of course, in the beginning of the video, how I talked about how, you know, the skill gap and stuff like that, and how they're bringing, you know, so many nerfs and buffs with the weapons and stuff like that. That is a major problem. But, you know, the OG skins coming back is not the major problem. However, it is still, you know, a very, very big thing, because it really shows that the people who played the game in the beginning really did play the game in the beginning, unless somebody hacked your account and sold it, or you just sold your account that you had in the first place. But you guys get me, you know, OG skins means something to some people. It shows that they've been playing the game for a super long time, with Fortnite being the most popular game ever. They already brought back the Red Knight, the Battle Hound, which were 2 OG skins, and then there's already leaks of them bringing back the Merry Marauder and a lot of the Christmas skins, as well as the Renegade Raider. And yeah, that is getting a lot of people mad, because obviously, you know, some people who own those skins do not want them to bring them back, because it is an OG skin. It shows them that they played. It shows people that they've played it from the beginning, of course. Now, I would be mad too. I got mad myself when they brought back the Red Knight, because I had it as an OG player as well as the Battle Hound. Like, I legit had the Battle Hound and the Red Knight as an OG player, so that got me kind of mad in the first place. But just think about it, man. What if they brought back the Skull Trooper, Gold Trooper, Merry Marauder, and Renegade Raider, stuff like that? Like, that would just get so annoying. Like I said, it's not the biggest problem, but it still is a problem. And don't get me wrong, like, some people have, of course, stopped playing the game or don't play it as regular anymore, because they are bringing back these OG skins that people once, you know, had that were OG, but they're not anymore. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Like I said, this video can be, you know, very opinion based. You know, if you guys really think that Fortnite's going to die out, like I said, if Fortnite is dying out, it will die out slowly. However, it will never completely die out. Like, don't get me wrong, guys, Fortnite will never completely die out. It is just a game that will slowly, you know, disintegrate its player base. You can see it coming, really. You can see it coming with so much problems that they have right now, whether it be the problems with the guns in the game or the account selling and stuff like that. It's just, you know, it's just becoming a hassle for some players, and they just don't really want to deal with it anymore, especially since there's a lot of new games coming out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like down below if you guys did enjoy it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new, and also turn that notification bell, as well as make sure you guys go check out our 24/7 live stream that we have running up on our channel right now. But anyways, guys, my name has been Hydro, and I'm signing out, everybody. Peace.